The wife, curious about her husband's belt brand, leaned down to get a closer look, and he obligingly shifted back to give her a better view. The reason behind all this turned out to be that the husband had agreed to let his wife see multiple partners without interfering in her life. One day, the husband knelt before his wife, personally helping her into stockings and high heels, only to send her off to meet another man. As soon as they arrived at the party, the wife went straight to Ryan, the man she'd arranged to meet online, while the husband stood by the window watching silently, hurting inside but saying nothing. A friend came over and quietly pointed out that his wife and Ryan were being too intimate, but the husband merely replied that they were just friends. To his surprise, his wife grew increasingly bold, and Ryan, showing no restraint, actually approached the husband with a flippant tone, saying he wanted to thank him. The husband didn't lose his temper, but calmly told a story about a local man named Martin who had recently disappeared. Martin had also been spending a lot of time with his wife before vanishing. Ryan's face went pale at this, and he turned and fled, not even looking back when the wife called after him. Soon after, at a family gathering, Vic surprisingly asked another woman to dance. His wife felt a pang of jealousy watching this. On the drive home that night, she asked Vic how he felt. When he calmly said it wasn't bad, her frustration built up until she finally leaned over onto him. Vic thought they were reconciling, but the next day she brought home another man, introducing him as Tony, her first love. The two chatted and laughed in front of the husband as if he didn't exist, and when they went upstairs, he followed silently, exchanging a glance with his wife before retreating. The next day, the husband found Tony and told him the wife wanted to meet him at the canyon. Tony happily got in the car, but when they reached a desolate riverside, Tony sensed something was wrong, saying there was no signal there. The husband got out, picked up a rock, and said sorry. Back home, the husband acted as if nothing had happened, casually asking his wife where Tony was. She frowned and tried calling but couldn't get through. The next day, the wife suddenly suggested a picnic at the canyon. Though surprised, the husband agreed, and they rarely went out together. He even prepared a small gift. During the trip, when their daughter ran toward the water, the husband quickly followed, terrified she might discover what happened with Tony. He hastily made an excuse about work and drove his wife and daughter home, then returned alone to cover things up with branches. An old jogger passed by and saw Vic's behavior, turned and ran in terror, speeding away in his car. The husband chased desperately his bicycle, taking shortcuts to keep up. When the old man bent to pick up his phone that had fallen in the car, the vehicle lost control and plunged off the cliff. When he got home, his wife was sitting on the stairs waiting for him. She'd known all along what he'd done and said softly, "Let's start over." The next person to enter their lives had no idea what they were about to face.